So today I'm going to talk to you about how to use Lightroom to create a studio version of a equestrian portrait without a studio. Just at the client's yard, typically inside a barn would be great, to give it a little bit of a darker feel, and just up off camera flash, and I'm just using Lightrooms to create a studio feel to the image. Stay tuned, so let's see how this works. What's up everyone, Ian Petrie here, and today I'm going to talk to you about equestrian photography. I've only been doing it for about 2 weeks since lockdown, coronavirus, where all my weddings got moved over to 2021. So I started doing equestrian photography, and these are the sort of results I was getting. Now this particularly is shooting without a studio. Very important on this aspect of it. There's no backdrop at all. It's basically shot in a client's barn, and I've turned it into what looks a bit like it was shot on the background. And I was asked by another fellow photographer in the States, Florida I do believe it was, asking how I managed to do these black background sort of styles. So this particular one is for you, Susan Foreman, but anyone else wants to look at it, by all means go through it and whatnot. Before I get to it though, please do make sure you do click on that subscribe button and the notification bell for future content. I do upload as much as I possibly can, depending on how busy I am, or if I can be bothered, basically. So by all means, drop a comment on it. If you do ask questions for photography, if you do black backgrounds in a completely different way, I would love to hear from it, because it is something that I am new to, so I'm always up for learning from you guys as well. So first of all, we need to take our first main image, and this is our image. Okay, so from that we go to this. Okay, and it's really quick, simple. I don't use Photoshop or anything like that. It's purely all in Lightrooms, and as you can see, I've already edited this image to how I want the horse to look. Okay, with my exposures, my contrast, my highlights dropping down on that one because it was a little bit too much highlight for my taste. I upped the shadows a bit on this one to bring it out a little bit, because obviously when you put the black on there, it's gonna, merge in to a certain extent. Okay, ideally it'd be nice to have a backlight on this one, to pop them away from the background, but for the sake of this tutorial you'll get the drift of it. Okay, now quite simply all I do is I go over to the right, on the right hand side you've got the brush. The brush is obviously underneath the clone or heel tool and above the linear gradient box. Okay, so if you click on that, and all you do is you get your exposure, you take it all the way to the left. I tend to knock my contrast right up to all the way to the right, and then my highlights, shadows, white and black, I put all the way to the left, and that, my friends, is pretty much it. And then all you have to do is choose your brush size and paint. So I'm just going to paint over this very quickly for you guys. Now obviously the closer you get to the horse, you might want to adjust your brush size to get a little bit more control, but ultimately I'm just going to do this. Now I am doing this on the web version of Lightrooms. I've not ever used the desktop version, so I don't know if there's any slight differences there, but I'm pretty sure it's all relatively same. I particularly prefer to use the web version because it means I can edit from anywhere, and not have to take my computer with me. I can just take a laptop or something along those lines. But effectively, as you can see, I'm just doing this so quickly, so no doubt I'll make some errors along the way. Now if you do go over the horse, part of the horse, and you want to brush that out, if you go all the way over to where you've got the delete brushing or erase brushing next to the brush, you can erase it. If you want to create a second brush to lighten up the horse again, you can click on that and make adjust your settings. But effectively, this is pretty much the simplicity of this tutorial. There isn't really much else for me to go through with yourself. Now obviously you need to do it change the settings to your liking, because you might not want it to have it quite as dark as this. You might want to have it a little bit lighter. Ultimately, it's your work, your gem, whatever you want to call it. It's your style, so you do it how you want to do it. As I said, I've only been doing equestrian photography for 2 weeks now. I've done 9 shoots in that period of time, and I've done these on every single one of them, and every single one of the clients has absolutely adored them. So if this is something you're not doing at the moment, it might be worth testing it with your clientele to see if you want to do it. So as I said, I'm going to click on the erase button here because I have gone slightly over in places, because again I was going it very quickly, because I'm pretty sure you don't really want to be sat here watching for 10 minutes of time. I notice a lot of YouTube channels, they just waffle on a little bit, and I like to just get to the point. Okay, so as you can see, this image is pretty much done now. Yep, I'm happy with that. So that for me would be a finished image that I would hand over to my clients, no problem whatsoever. Again, you might want to light up the horse in certain areas if the horse was a little bit too dark for this sort of style, but I'm quite happy with that. So again, if you do like what you've seen, please do drop a comment on what you thought of it. Any suggestions, any other ways of doing it, please do let me know. Do click on the subscribe button, and of course please do click on that notification bell, because then you're notified on future content. Till then, stay safe, keep shooting, see you around. Take care, bye bye.